That's what I fell in love with. I thought I was a good athlete. Grew up playing ice hockey, being active all the time.
Oh yeah.
The first workout I ever did was called baseline, and it was so to go back a little bit. My ex, was trying all of these exercise things like.
Wasn't she doing like weird diets too and stuff?
We were getting like vegetables delivered to our door. It's like, and it's like, we're not even eating any of this shit. Like, what are you spending our money on? This is terrible. And like, you're not getting any result. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know what you want. I play hockey and drink beer, and eat and cook meat, lean meats. That's just the way we're wired, I guess.
Just
so
steak.
Like one year for Christmas, I bought her like spin shoes because she was all into like spin classes. Like, so she's like all heavy into that. And then one year she signed up for UFC gym because that was like the big thing going on in Torrance. Like, and she tried to sell me on some bullshit. It's only like $600 like for a year. Like, but we get all access to, everything. Like, and this was before it was even open. I'm like, what? Okay, whatever. You do whatever. So she was doing UFC gym for a little bit, and then she came around like 6 months later. I want to get into like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, like. But the gi costs like $150. I'm like, what? Now you're gonna go? Now you want this? All right, whatever. So then she. Oh, what was it?
So it's funny that you brought this up because when you started talking about CrossFit, I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? I thought you were talking about like fighting. Like I thought you were talking about like the punching the the punching bag. Like I didn't understand what the fuck it was. I'm like is that really like becoming like a UFC fighter? Like I didn't understand. I had no concept of what the fuck you're talking about because I remember your ex was doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
A lot of that weird shit, and I thought that's what you fell into. I was like, I don't want to become a fighter.
Yeah. So, what? So that all happened, and then finally she canceled all that stuff, and she found this new like gym thing that was like really fun, and to me it was just another like thing you're trying out. All right, whatever. And one day she goes, hey, like I found this like CrossFit thing, and it's like really super fun, and I actually think you would like it.
It's almost like the boy who cried wolf. You're like,
yeah. I was like, exactly. I'm like, whatever. Like I play hockey. I don't need anything. Like we're good. And she's like, no, you really like it. So, one weekend, the Reebok CrossFit Games 2011 was on, I think it was like on CBS Sports or something like that. And she goes, oh, look, this is CrossFit. And I was like, what? Like, really? There's no way you're doing this at the little gym over here. Like, this is the CrossFit Games. I was watching like Rich Froning and Jason Khalipa and Chris Spieler and all those guys like going,
like you're watching like you were basically watching like the equivalent to like Ninja Warrior. And going, there's no way you're doing this.
And then I saw this freaking jacked like Annie Thorstadter with this like bulging like abs out of her stomach. And this is what it reminded me of, Max, because I grew up, I always loved watching like strongman, World's Strongest Man. Like I always loved watching that. And then I always loved watching like the steel timber sports, like where they're chopping, they're chopping the tree logs and then they got like the saw stuff.
It's not really the same thing, but we grew up watching the MTV challenges.
A little bit of that too.
You know,
yeah.
kind of like just off the wall. Just what the fuck is
like obstacle race.
Yeah,
type of stuff.
yeah.
Well, CrossFit, like when I was watching this on TV, it like put all of that together, like in the same like version, you know. And I was like, pretty much like my jaw dropped. I was like, what? This looks like the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. So like, she convinced me to come on my birthday, October 6th in 2012. And I did that first workout and it like destroyed me.
Like what was sore?
No. It wasn't sore, dude.
Oh.
It wasn't sore. Like I went out way too hard and I had to lay down on, they had a couch, CrossFit 1440. It had a couch. I had to lay down on the couch. I had the spins. I felt nauseous. I felt like I wanted to shit my ass and pee my pants all at the same time. I went that hard, dude. And but in this weird like little switch in my head like clicked and I was like, I need to get good at this. And
it's
I just
very
kept going
it's
back.
very attractive to CrossFit is very attractive to competitive people. Like they try it once and then they get like hooked on it.
Yeah, well,
because you're like, I want to do better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I think CrossFit now is a little bit different than it is. Like where I found it was like,
oh yeah, you could explain. You were like right in the beginning of its like skyrocket in popularity.
Dude, it was very competitive.
You
like
were in the heart.
People, yeah, like eat, live, you know, rest, repeat, like CrossFit, like it was nothing. Our backyard was in Carson, like that's where the CrossFit Games was at, like, and it was very. I remember before I found CrossFit, we were having a brunch down in Hermosa Beach, and you know, that was like the place to go for brunch. You just get all fucked up on mimosas and like stagger back home and like you'd have like a mind-splitting headache on Monday. Well, anyways, like there was this group of people, younger people, and they were like walking down the boardwalk there. And they all had, there was like a powerhouse CrossFit gym called CrossFit Code 3. And their logo was like a sick ass logo. It come out like looked like a Transformers like logo, like with a C that had like this, and it was bright yellow, and a C, and then like the 3 on the other side, and it had like these peaks on there, and it was bright yellow. And I just remember sitting there with my ex in Hermosa Beach, and this group of people come into Baja Sharkies, and they're all wearing the Code 3 shirts, and on the back it said CrossFit. And I kind of remember like they were writhing with confidence, you know, like they were so confident. Like my first reaction was to talk shit like to myself, like who the fuck are, like what the fuck is that? Like who? What are you all on like a lacrosse team or something? Like what the fuck? What is CrossFit?
It's like everyone's first reaction. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, but they came walking in like a posse, like with authority. You know?
Hey, respect my authority.
Yeah. And yeah, they all looked happy and they all looked fucking confident as fuck, and they were like looked fit, like, and at the time I had no idea what the hell CrossFit was, and then until I found it, then I was like, oh, makes sense. Like all of a sudden, I'm getting all these PRs. I'm like PRs like a personal record. Like I'm starting to lift. Like I'm doing all these things that I've never done before. You know. gymnastic stuff, weightlifting stuff, like learning how to do a double under with a jump rope, like that. All these PR like things just keep going, and it's like, damn. Now I know what that was.
Yeah.
It was a CrossFit community that was just booming, like, and we were at the mecca of where CrossFit was, because the games were there,
Yeah.
and the affiliates were there, and yeah, man, it was a special time.
I remember around 2013, 2014. This was like about like a year or two after you started doing it. You know, you kept talking about it. I'm like, dude, like, I was like, you're almost annoying me. I'm like, fucking shut up about CrossFit. You know, like that's all you talked about. And then you took your shirt off. I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, maybe there's something to this. I was like, maybe I need to get in on this.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like when you took off your shirt, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, dude, I remember bringing you to the first class. I don't remember
Yeah.
what we did. Do you remember what you did?
It was.
Did he have you go through baseline also?
Maybe it was pull-ups, push-ups. Maybe it was sit-ups. I don't know.
Oh no, he probably did have you go through
I think
baseline.
he did.
Which is
But
like
I was
500 meter row.
I was using the rubber band though on the pull-up rig. That wasn't the shocker to me. I mean, I had fun doing that. What shocked me was when I couldn't. You guys were making fun of me because I was trying to hang clean the trainer's bar. I was trying to clean the trainer's bar, and I couldn't even clean it. And you guys were like all laughing at me because I just could not clean this bar. It felt like 100 pounds.
Yeah.
That thing probably weighed like. What?
Trainer bar is 15 pounds, Max.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't even lift 15
Oh,
pounds. I was just. Remember, I was skin and bones.
You were.
I had no meat.
Yeah, well, we still have that picture on Instagram.
Yeah.
Where very first day.
Yeah, and then I after that, it inspired me.
I sent you home with some CrossFit shoes.
Yeah, it inspired me, so I tried out 2C because I was all like, I'm gonna shop around, try out different gyms. So I tried out 2C because this is right down the street, and I liked it. I was like, all right, that was cool. Like, I was like really proud of myself because I went. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try out like Snake River, and then I'm gonna try out like this Meridian one. I'm gonna, I'm gonna shop around, and it just never happened,
Yeah.
And I just I just didn't go back. I just kind of like forgot about it, and then I got my ear got clogged up, and I couldn't hear. I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like trying to clean out my ear. Like doing all this weird shit, like pouring like the wax ear. I don't know.
Yeah, the candle.
Yeah,
to like
and
draw the.
Finally, I had like, I don't know what you call it. I almost had like a mental breakdown. Like I lost my mind. I'm like, I can't fucking hear. I'm like, fuck this shit. All right, I'm going back to 2C.
Yeah.
So I went back over to 2C to work out, and then my ear cleared up.
Oh, fantastic!
And I was like, fuck yeah. All right, I'm in.
Yeah.
So I just started going back over there. It was
fantastic.
It was awesome. It was so cool. And then one day we were doing back squats, and dude, I must have pushed one of my thighs to the limit because no joke, I was in so much pain, sore. I couldn't even I could barely even walk, and the muscle was twitching and shit. I shocked it.
Ooh.
But ever since then, it's been fine.
Oh, wow, yeah. I mean,
so I don't my left thigh was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean,
but
like that.
I got over that little hump, and then ever since then, I've been good.
Yeah, I mean, like you're gonna it's
it's like that hump of soreness you just have to get over.
Well, yeah, people don't realize that when you start this new training regimen thing, it's not called getting injured. It's called your body's going through a transformation as far as you're building muscle around joints that didn't ever have that before. Your wrists mobility, to receive the barbell on the front rack position, your wrist has never done that before.
Yeah.
Is it going to hurt? Yeah, it's going to hurt like a bitch. And is it gonna get better overnight? No,
No.
it's fucking not. Like that's just
But
the
your body will
triviality.
adapt to it.
Yeah, over time, like that stuff, it heals itself. I had bad like hip pain, like really bad hip pain. It was popping out, like not popping out, but like really bad. Like I couldn't sleep because I felt like I had to pop my hip out, or like from playing hockey. But over time, like that went away. I don't feel that need anymore. Like my the muscles around my hips, my glutes, hamstrings, quads, all that like cured that ailment.
Mm-hmm.
I've had lingering injuries with my shoulders. Well, I think it's a Wilson thing. We're
Dude, our shoulders are terrible. Like our shoulder genetics. Oh my
Genetics?
God. Genetics is just
our shoulders are just not.
fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It feels like it would be so easy if I truly wanted to, and I haven't dislocated my shoulder, but I feel like I could just do it if I wanted to right now. I just like
Gumby.
yeah, that's what it feels like when it's like doing the overhead squats. Like fuck that shit.
Yeah, dude. It's just I think it is. Look, I'm not making any excuses like that, but I think it is genetic. Our shoulder they're weak. They're just and it resonates through me and you. Like I think we've both had the same.
Dad doesn't have good,
shoulder mobility. Yeah. I don't know where that comes from.
When it comes to overhead squats and snatches, they're just the death of me. It just
and
the shoulders just
yeah. And to be fair, I mean we could we spend more time on mobility? Yeah. Can we spend more time on that? Yeah, substantially we could spend more time on that. But at what
that part's not my passion.
Yeah. Well, at that point you have to ask yourself like, hey, what are your
goals.
If your goal is to say, hey, like Eddie, I want my snatch to be 155 pounds. Okay, well then we need to go back to the drawing board and we need to do
just work
mobility.
on that.
We need to do
nothing
isolated
but
strength parts. We need to work on the and then eventually you could probably go there, but is that really your
you'd almost have to go to a Olympic weightlifting class and just do nothing but snatches and overhead squats, like, you know what I mean?
Accessory work,
Because, going to the CrossFit gym for and practicing overhead squats and snatches for like 15 minutes once a month. That's just not.
That's not going to get you.
Yeah, that's not going to get you anywhere.
No.
But I guess what you're trying to say is that's not our goal. That's just something we're not passionate about.
I mean,
about the snatches,
like
at least,
like
or the
medium
overhead.
to moderate load power snatch, like no big deal. But then you're. Oh yeah, another beer.
Okay. What were you gonna say, Tom?
It's not just your shoulders, like opening up your hips to explode the barbell up, like ankle mobility when you're in the full squat, hip mobility, being able to punch out the snatch, fully overhead. There's just that is by far the most technical movement that CrossFit has, and
I'm sure there's gonna be some nerdy guy in the comment section saying, "Well, those Coors Lights don't help either."
You goddamn right there.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we're.
Hey, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I still think we need to get